Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. We're super excited today. We have some new stuff to share with you all today, which I'm excited to share with you all. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you get to ask the CEO your questions and get all of them answered. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and hand it on over to you, Justin.
Thanks, Cheryl. Hey, everybody. We got lots of cool stuff to cover. We definitely want to get to all your questions as well. But before we do anything, it's a very special day. I'm not sure if everybody knows this. It is Cheryl's birthday today. And I want to start by just wishing you the best birthday ever. You're a great friend, an inspiration to thousands of people. We couldn't be happier and luckier to have you on the team. And I'm not the only one who feels like that. So I just want to introduce you to a few other people who would like to say hello.
Hey, Cheryl, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Daniel.
Hey, Cheryl, it's Chris. Happy birthday.
Hey, Chris, thanks.
Hey, Cheryl, it's Alex. Happy birthday.
Hi, Cheryl. My name's Kevin. Happy birthday.
Hey, Kevin, thank you.
Hey, Cheryl, this is Mahesh. Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you.
Happy birthday.
That was William.
Hey, Cheryl, it's Vlad. Yeah, wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Hey, Cheryl, it's Kevin. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hi, Cheryl. It's Victor. Joyeux anniversaire.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cheryl. This is Priya. Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you.
Star, happy birthday.
Thanks.
Hi, Cheryl. It's Alexander. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hi, Cheryl. Natalie, happy birthday.
Hey, Natalie, thank you.
Hey, Cheryl. Happy birthday. Hi, Cheryl. It's Linda. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm going to cry. Thank you. All emotional.
Yeah. Everybody loves you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Oh, my hand is shaking. Thank you. Love you guys.
Okay. Now,
Woo.
what are we doing? So, okay, let's talk about some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. That's William, my 7-year-old, in the office today. Take your little guy to work day. You can ask Daniel or Natalie.
Okay.
And close the door, please. Sorry, everybody. So he was looking for snacks, which is makes sense. Okay, so first of all, we talked about images, social marketing, and images, and how to kind of get optimal resolution on all devices. We introduced our new teammate Roy. People have been uploading their own images, which is awesome. Remember that in order to get kind of like full screen width on all devices, on Facebook, it's important to have like a face of some kind, which is why we add Roy to like the bottom right corner of images that don't have a face. So at the moment, if you are uploading your own image, you can upload any image and it'll work perfectly on desktop. It'll work perfectly on iPhone. If it doesn't have a face, it may get like half screen width on some Android devices. So if you that's really not that big a deal, but if you really care, make sure your image has a face. Soon, like in the next week or so, we will allow you to fire engine right on time. In the next week or so or two, we will make it easy for you to add Roy to your own uploaded images to make sure it gets full screen width. But in the meantime, a few of you are reaching out to support about this. So just reminding you that faces are ensure that you get full screen width on every device. Okay. So that's one thing. Also, our support team wanted me to quickly talk about the additional leads that we provide. This is just sort of like a bonus thing, and we haven't talked about it in a while. And we have a partnership with a search engine and they send us the contact information, like the address of people who have searched for something related to your industry, on your landing page industry in your area. So we provide those at no additional cost. It's included. All we get is email address. So we don't get name, we don't get phone number. So, they're not perfect, but they are, good, valuable leads. And again, they're included. So if you see a lead come in to a landing page where you're expecting to get name, phone number, email, and you only get email, that's what that is. Okay. Cool. Okay. So now let's get to the big thing.
Yeah.
We have officially now started working on the new contact section. And we want to give you a quick tour just so you know what's coming. It's going to take, I don't know, I think it'll probably be, 10, 12 days before we release this, but designs are done, estimates are done, planning's done, work has begun. So now that that's the case, we are excited to be able to share with you the next big thing. Now, granted, we are still obviously releasing social marketing on iOS, but on that, there's no more work for us to do. We're still waiting. We got a little bit of feedback from Apple. We resubmitted it, so hopefully it'll be a day, two, something like that. But the work is done there, so now we're able to move on to the next big thing. So let's see it. And we're gonna move pretty quickly, okay? But we'll probably post some screenshots after this. So, is this up on the screen now?
Yeah, can you see it?
Okay, awesome. So, first thing, most important thing, like the biggest use case we wanted to enable is this concept of lists, okay? So you will be able to create as many lists as you want, customized based on a whole bunch of different criteria. Every time you create a landing page, there will automatically be a list created that's associated with that landing page. But you can also build custom lists. Like if you want a list of everybody, with the last name Johnson, you can create a list like that. If you want a list of everyone, who all your new contacts since August 1st, you can build that list. If you want to, there's a lot of flexibility that we're enabling. The main goal is to allow you to do like email broadcasts. So I've got my, my customer list, and I want to be able to send them all an email all at once. Like maybe it's a newsletter, something like that. So that is that's the biggest piece of new functionality that we're adding, and very exciting. So let's keep going. Oh yeah, cool. Sorry, I can barely make that out on my screen.
Okay.
I think that's the import one.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, we are also enabling import of contacts from using like a CSV. So whatever program you're using today, as long as you can export your contacts from that program in a CSV, which pretty much everybody enables, then you can import them into our system in the exact same way. So get your contacts into a CSV, and now you'll be able to import them into our platform, which will also be super useful when you're creating email lists, right? Like if you've got a list of customers, that you already have that, maybe they're in MailChimp or something like that. Now you can bring them all into this platform. And that's just a quick view of like the import preview, the type of list that you can build. I think on this one, people, obviously we're getting a lot of requests for, to get into like email analytics. So for every list now, you'll be able to see, how many people are on the list, how many people have been added, how many people have unsubscribed, right? Exactly who is still subscribed or unsubscribed on every list that you have. What else we got here? And I think this one is sort of like the list builder, where you can set a whole bunch of different filters and parameters, and build whatever lists that you like. What else do we have? I want to get to. Oh, this is great. This is a completely redesigned contact profile. So being able to upload a photo, being able to add way more notes. We're also going to be logging activities, and that's going to be something that we get more and more and more into in the weeks and months ahead. But being able to know, like being able to see inside your contact the last time that you sent them an email or the last time that they visited your landing page or whatever, right? Like that's going to be a big area of focus for us, and that you're going to see the beginning of that in this this new version of contacts. You can easily add people to your lists. We will also be enabling tagging, right? Like custom tags in the near future. So yeah, completely redesigned. I think much more user-friendly customer profile or contact profile.
Expanding the notes section.
What's that?
Expanding the notes section.
Expanding the notes section. Yeah, being able to keep separate notes, right? So like I think there's like a character limit on what we have right now. That's going to be gone. What was that one? I can barely see it. I'm sorry?
Create a new email campaign.
Oh yeah. So I mean, again, that's sort of like the broadcast feature.
Yeah.
So being able to set, and I think we're basically done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So lots, like dozens of major improvements to the contact section. The last thing that we were looking at there was really just sort of like how to broadcast an email to your list, which is, again, I would say probably the number one use case that we are enabling, as well as all the other things, right? Completely overhauled profile view, improved email analytics, at the contact level, so you can see inside each list, how your list is growing, who's subscribed, who's unsubscribed. So yeah, it's big. It's going to take us, like I said, 10, 12 days to release this, but now you know what's coming. That's the next big thing. So with that being said, let's get to all of your questions. For those of you who are new, welcome. The purpose of this is to answer your questions. So if you have and please don't let you're going to see some people asking some pretty in-depth advanced questions, but do not let that intimidate you. We welcome our advanced kind of power users, of course, but we also want this to be a place where brand new people feel totally comfortable asking anything. So if you have an obvious question, please ask it. Like, even if you think it it's basic, that's what we're here for. So with that being said, let's answer some questions.
Right on. What? But good old Bob Ross. We paint a pretty old Royaltie logo here. Called the Bob Ross.
Oh yeah, you like that? Yeah, that's our graphic designer, our interface designer, Pierre, has a sense of humor. That so Bob Ross, the painter from when was he from? He was on TV in the 80s or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, he somehow made it into the profile as the example.
When I add a button asking for their email to add them to my newsletter, do they see which email their info was sent to?
When
I asking for their email to add them to my newsletter, do they see which email their info was sent to? Which email their info was sent to?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Neither. Sent. I don't. Jamie, if you can try to clarify that question for us, we would appreciate it.
There's some good Bob Ross humor going on.
Yeah. It was great. I have about 15 clients and I manage them through one profile, so CSV download will be super helpful for me. When do you think CSV download will be available?
Download or upload?
Download.
So import was like, look, our top priority was import, right? For obvious reasons. So that's going to be in the next, like I said, 10, 12, I don't know, maybe 14 days. We're going to do the import function last. We've kind of decided we're going to do all the other stuff, and then after we've released that stuff, then the import is like a 2-day thing, and we're going to do that as the last kind of part of this phase. Export is less work. Not sure exactly when we're going to fit that in. We can't do everything. Like there's a bunch of things that didn't make this phase of improvements because we can't spend all of September on the contact section because we have huge plans for September. So we want to knock this out in, by the end of August or like first couple of days of like by Labor Day kind of, because we don't want to for even 1 second take away from the major stuff that we want to roll out in September.
For sure. Mark, but I was expecting Drake.
Pardon me?
Mark, but I was expecting Drake.
Drake. Yeah.
If someone's not getting their 10,000 impressions, what can they, that was from Kwan. What can they do? Customer support. Right, send to customer support. Or Kwan, you can hit me up. Can you explain? Sorry, my face is getting too. I'm old now. I can't see the question. Can you explain?
It gets you. It hits you fast, huh? Age? Wow.
Can you explain waitlisting? And is there a video to learn more waitlisting?
I don't understand that question either. Man.
On a roll.
Whitelisting of what? Are we talking like there's, there's all kinds of different whitelisting things. There's in certain contexts, websites, there's in other contexts, emails. I need more.
Yeah.
So send more and we'll.
Oh, not me. Louise or Lewis. I hope I'm saying that right. Well,
what's the challenge?
That was the question for the impressions, but you can have if he has a specific question supporter, send it on over to me.
Yeah.
Okay. When I create a landing page, I added a button for people to give me their email. I want to start collecting them to later develop a newsletter. I want to send the emails I collect to a certain email. But am I just collecting their info, or will they see the email address the info was sent to? That was more clarification on that one. I still don't get it. Do you?
Is this the same question as before?
Yeah.
This is the clarification?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to read it again because I'm in trouble too. When I create a landing page type of site, I add a button for people to give me their email.
Okay. So landing page, contact form, you collect the email. So far, so good.
I want to start collecting them to later develop a newsletter.
Great.
Yeah. I want to send the emails I collect to a certain email.
You want to send the emails you collect to a certain email? I don't know. This is now I'm lost.
But am I just collecting the info, or will they see the email address the info was sent to? That's where I'm losing it there.
Me too.
Sorry, Jamie. Nate says, can I see the analytics from my social media post?
Analytics from social media posts. So, the simple, you can see all the clicks to your landing page, right, from your post. But we have not yet like we haven't really built out like the social media analytics that we intend on building. So no, like I wouldn't say the analytics on the social media stuff is great right now, right? Like you can kind of figure it out, right, based on the landing page clicks, but really I wouldn't say that we haven't even started the social media analytics yet. Like we haven't even started.
Smiling with that one. They think he wants to know if they can see his email address, the reply to email address.
The reply to, yeah, you set the reply to as when you create an email campaign. Yeah. That's part of setting up an email campaign. Like you can't set up an email campaign without a reply to address. So give it a shot.
You can find the script for Draft Club leads in the announcement tab in the official corporate royalty group. And if you're a part of the Draft Club, see that giraffe?
That was good.
Thank you. If you're a part of it, and we've done on Fridays, we do a special training at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Justin and I. And if you haven't received the recording for that, you can email support for that.
We are, you know, we had a funny realization. We were like, wait a minute, why don't we just use our own system for the Draft Club? So you should have. I shouldn't say that. I don't know if we've sent out the invite to the Draft Club like team, but if we haven't, then we will. If we have, then maybe you can tell me if you've received it. But we're going to use our own product to kind of work with the Draft Club members. So we're going to use, for example, like the chat for announcements. We're going to use the content section, which is like the most like underrated, section here. It's basically like, it's a place to share files with your entire team. So in that way, it's like Dropbox, but it's unlimited and it's included. And we don't even talk about that. Okay, so I just got word. We have not sent out that invite yet. So we will send out a team invite to everybody in the Draft Club, and then we'll all be in one place inside our own platform, and we'll be able to chat and make announcements and Zoom recordings. Like the links to those things will go into the content section. So anyway, we kind of realized, wait, why don't we use our own product to do this? And so we're going to get that organized, I think, this week.
Video ads?
Video ads?
Mm-hmm.
No immediate plans for video ads.
There's some great stuff coming.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot in in the advertising area over the next little while. Like that's going to be a big area of focus, and but video ads isn't part of that. But there are big things that we're going to be coming back to when it comes to advertising.
For the Draft Club, will you be adding leads from the UK or Europe?
Yeah, like we can. Like the draft. Like look, the Draft Club is awesome, and we will continue to expand it. I know, for example, that there's a Draft Club option, a new one that is going to be announced. I think early next week. For I shouldn't give it away because it's really not my. It's not really not my news to share. Well, it is, but not really. So there'll be an announcement next week about sort of like a major expansion of the Draft Club.
Okay. So we're gonna try Jamie's question again. You ready?
Yes. This is the email question again.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
I've got a good feeling about this.
Me too. Basically, where does the info I go? The info I collect at, let's keep reading. My button says sign me up, and I have it set up to be emailed to me. They are the button only on my page, not the email.
Are you using a button, not a form? Is that the problem?
Maybe. Like if you want to collect the leads information, use the customer contact back form, and they'll put their information in, right? And then it'll wind up in your contact section, and you can create an email list from it. And make sure that you watch the beginning videos, the ones that are in your back office.
Like if you just have a button that says sign me up, but there's no form, like people, what's the visitor supposed to do, right? You gotta use a form to collect that info. That's really important.
Yeah. The info, I get it. So they are, yes, I think that this person is using a button that then sends them to their email to send them their email address. Like the button opens up an email. Is that what the info I collect is being sent to my email address. From there, I will create a newsletter and use that list with a different reply email. My question is, will they see the original email their sign-up info was set to it? So let's set this straight, okay? When you create a landing page, you're going to create a customer contact back form. Their customer or the prospect or whoever's seeing your landing page is going to put their information in. Whether you choose to have them put their name, their email, their phone number, what you choose is completely up to you. They can even answer questions in there in the customer contact back form. Want to add that to your landing page. Once they add their information, you want to make sure that you do it yourself. Be sure to test your own page. And then click on the button that says like show me now or redirects them to their own landing page. That customer that put their name and their email or whatever info you requested winds up in your contact form and winds up in your contact section. When we have lists, you'll be able to take the customers that filled out your form and send them an email or a newsletter later, or they can go right into your email series. I hope I explained that and didn't get too technical. Is that okay?
I'm glad you explained it.
Okay. I'm asking for their email address and name. Then they wind up in your contact section.
Yeah.
I just triggered somebody's Alexa. Okay. The next question is white labeling. Not white listing, white labeling is what Bill was trying to say. White labeling.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we have a like a white label option for the product, where if a company can put their own branding on what we do, and they benefit from volume-based discounts, things like that. We have a team that does these kind of corporate deals all day long, and if you have such a prospect, we would be happy to work with you to make it happen.
Are we able to attach the email autoresponder to an external landing page?
No.
You can import, if you've collected the leads soon, like we just showed you in the contact section, you'll be able to import those leads, but you want to use our landing pages so that you can hook up into your email autoresponder. I think the significant thing about the platform that we have here at Royaltie is the newest person, the beginner, the person, like it's all integrated in one. We make it super simple. So if you've been a part of online marketing before and you understand this, like, hey, I've had to create a landing page somewhere else, and then go integrate with an autoresponder and have multiple systems to do separate things. So one of the greatest things about Royaltie is everything is interconnected, right? So it leaves the newest person creating duplication in teams, having the newest person start in online marketing, because they don't have to go and fish for, hey, I need an email campaign. Let me go fish for some place to go build a great website from. Let me go over here and over here, which creates confusion. And then we know that the newest person never really gets started marketing online. I think one of the greatest things, we have lots of great stuff, but one of the greatest things is the newest person, they come in here and they can create an ad, they're creating a landing page, they're creating an email series. It's all together, right? It's super simple. So, for those people who've done online marketing before, part of that contact refresh that you've seen, you'll be able to import some contacts here from landing pages that you may have had in the past. But for those new people, one of the great things is hey, you're building your list. We make it super simple, and you can email those people and get started marketing online easier, simpler than ever before.
Yeah, and look, like I don't mind publicly saying like our goal is for our customers to not use any other products for their marketing. Like we measure that. That is one of like probably the top 5 or 6 metrics that we look at constantly. Like we are like maybe some of you may have received kind of like a survey from us, and we I can tell you like we look at this like every day. What percentage of our customers are still using third-party marketing tools? And right now the percentage is it's about 13% of our customers use some other thing, right? It used to be like it was as high as like 40%. So we continue to kind of like push that down, but our goal is 0. Like we want to provide a all-in-one complete marketing system that makes it that makes using anything else just needless. So we measure that like crazy. Like we talk about it, and we look at where the gaps are and how we can close those gaps to make this a truly complete system where no other products are necessary.
Right on. And he says, any chance of being able to place a PNG or JPEG logo over the clickable images as well as text?
Putting an image on an image?
Like a PNG, JPEG, like of a logo on top of the image.
Oh, that's cool. Sure. Yeah. Like, well, Roy is an example of that.
Yeah.
Right. Roy is a perfect example of an image on top of another image. So yeah, like that's exactly what we did to solve the facial recognition issue on Facebook on Android. So that is a very clear demonstration that the capability exists. It's a question of like, and I like that idea of, giving you more control over adding logos, things like that. Like, yeah, that makes total sense.
Right on. This is from Delmar, and thank you for the happy birthday. He says, just so I fully understand, okay, and right up to the very end, you're good to go. Says landing page, capture form, email campaign flow. Prospect visits landing page and leaves information.
Yes.
Now I have a lead. Fantastic.
Yes.
They will automatically receive my email campaign. Granted, it's tied to my landing page.
Yes.
But the fortune is in the follow-up. So do I have to manually send a new email campaign according to my pre-built drip sequence every time I do not convert a lead to a sale?
So you can, yeah, okay. You can create an email, not just in one email. You can create a campaign of as many emails as you want, right? So you can, and like thousands of you have created, extended email campaigns of 2 or 10 or 100 follow-up emails. So you can build that right now. I don't know, Cheryl, you want to add to that?
Yeah, like this here, it could be a series. Like it's supposed to be like a series of email campaigns to make the follow-up. The whole thing is to like keep things very simple, right? To automate some of the processes that you do. That's kind of the beauty of online marketing, right? You're leveraging a huge network. You're leveraging your time. So when that person comes in and puts in their information, it would, you could build out that campaign 14 days, 28 days. Hey, some of you receive an email from people every single day, right? Like the campaign can go on forever, just so that you stay, you know what they're up to. So you
Absolutely.
can campaign.
Yeah, and just a reminder that you can also share your landing pages, email campaigns, and social posts with anyone you want who's also a customer. And as of just 2 days ago, we added the capability to share all of those things with your team. in one click. So if you have a team of 10 or 1,000 people, you don't have to enter those email addresses one by one, right? You can just click share with my team, and everyone will get that content in their account automatically. Like they'll get an email that says, hey, Justin just shared something with you. But it'll just be there automatically. They don't have to they don't have to take any kind of action.
Is the use of HTML on landing pages coming? I need it for a Google quiz.
Is what?
HTML on a landing page.
Yeah, it's coming. So we are right now compiling a lengthy list of improvements that we will make part of landing pages 3.0. We're not going to get to that tomorrow, right? Like we have, if you kind of, for those of you that have been here for, 9 months, you'll remember we we laid out our plans for the year back in December 2018. We laid out our 2019 plans, and if you kind of refer to that, you'll see that we have executed, we've implemented quite a lot of the plans that we had. Back in December, landing pages didn't even exist, right? Like in any kind of professional form. And online ads were all of 2 weeks old at the time. So we've been busy and we've implemented a bunch of stuff, but we also, if you refer to that, we're not done, right? Like there's still some major marketing strategies that still need to go in this year. So we want to get those big pieces in place, and then we'll do a landing pages 3.0. We'll do contacts 3.0. We'll do we're gonna significantly upgrade the advertising capabilities. Anyway, so that's just to kind of set your expectation. It's not that we don't have lots of stuff to do. It's that we have too much stuff to do.
Eat our veggies first, as Justin would say.
What's that?
I said, as Justin would say, we have to eat our veggies first.
Yeah. Like, look, that's a comment I made last time. What when I talk about like that idea of like eating your vegetables, what I mean by that is like there's kind of like building blocks that we have to put in place to be what we aspire to be, which is like an all-in-one complete marketing system, right? They are not always the most innovative thing ever, right? Like, not to pick on email, but the email feature was absolutely necessary, but it didn't like knock anyone's socks off with it being like the most innovative thing they've ever seen in their lives, right? So we had to do it. We did it. It's great that it's there. And there's other things like that, like having like a really solid contact section. Like that's just a necessary thing to be a professional, company. Once we've done that though, like once we have the major building blocks in place, then we can really unleash like our true creativity, because there's so many amazingly, just amazing new innovative things that we want to do and we're dying to get to, but first we got to put these building blocks in. So that's what that means.
Julia, if you have a lot of emails from people and you haven't heard back, you're not doing anything wrong. Fortune's in the follow-up.
Yep. I don't stop following up until the person either unsubscribes or makes a purchase. Those are the only two outcomes.
Yep. Can you guys add in a chat feature or chat bot that we can add to landing pages and websites to speak in?
Yep. It's on the list. Makes total sense.
Yep. Yes, you can use an external landing page or funnel in your ads.
Mm-hmm.
As you can tell. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. How does LinkedIn help us? LinkedIn is a social site. Google LinkedIn, a huge social site, kind of like Facebook. If you go ahead and post on there, There's lots of people interested in business on LinkedIn. Can we get it separated to know if the email came from corporate search engine or converted lead from an opt-in?
Yeah, we've had that request. We'll look at that.
Yeah.
At distinguishing it's certainly possible. It's not a huge priority. Like, look, you can tell the difference because the additional ones we send you only have email address. So if you're asking for more stuff and you only get email address, that probably came from us.
Is this going to eventually be a full CRM where we can keep track of orders, purchases, people, downlines?
When we can keep track of what?
Where we can even keep track of their orders, their purchase from us.
So I would kind of I would take issue with the premise of that question, not in a bad way. It's a good idea, but if you talk about, like, you look at other CRMs, generally speaking, they really don't kind of actually get into the details of the final purchase, right? Like, you typically have like a CRM to kind of manage your leads and prospects through the sales funnel. And then the final step is when you win that customer and you mark them as one, like in your CRM. Your CRM is typically not your accounting or e-commerce platform. Like, typically they're usually two separate things because both are, pretty complicated. So usually the CRM doesn't pull in the details about the actual purchase. Like, usually that kind of lives in like the accounting or e-commerce platform. So I wouldn't say that that's the goal, right? Like, the goal is to have a, absolutely professional, super helpful, useful CRM tool. But to think that we're going to get into like pulling back, like, purchase details, kind of, to me, like, it kind of goes beyond what is typical for a CRM, because that's really complicated to have to integrate with, like, oh my God, like thousands of potential accounting or e-commerce platforms.
But we do have lots of great updates coming to CRM.
Oh yeah, I mean, the CRM is going to be one of the most exciting, believe it or not, because CRM gets, look, it gets a bad rap for being kind of boring, but the CRM is maybe some of the most innovative things that you're going to see from us are going to be in the CRM.
Evelyn, this is like a more advanced question from Evelyn. Great.
Okay.
She says, I have many chats set up on my Facebook business page. Can I deliver a lead magnet from a landing page in Royaltie and Messenger through a URL? Yes. Right? Like, so, go ahead.
No, I couldn't hear anyway because there's sirens. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's say you have a lead magnet on a landing page that somebody can go to. If you have ManyChat set up, you have actually like a link to open up ManyChat that you can just put in a button inside of your landing page. Like, you can make the button open up ManyChat. So yes, Evelyn.
Oh yeah, we actually did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did exactly that. We ran some of our marketing. We advertise on Google, but the button opens up Messenger, and that's been okay. Like, I wouldn't say it's been better, or it was just a different way of connecting with people. So I can tell you, like, we've done exactly that. We've run our ad to a landing page with a open Messenger button, and that worked really well. I think it'll be more effective when there's an actual, like, Messenger, like, chat, like chatbot, like a native kind of Facebook, Messenger bot open, which we'll do in the future. But even for now, like, just having a button that opens up Messenger has been great.
Is Royaltie translated into Chinese?
I believe so. I believe that's on the list on the of languages that we have on the homepage.
I'm not certain either. But if you go to your homepage, like there's a bunch of flags at the bottom left hand side. See a bunch of translations there. So I would check that
Yeah,
out.
I'm like very confident that the answer is yes.
Are you going to ever have a mass text feature?
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense, right? Mass email, mass SMS. In fact, the company that we work with that actually sends our email has they also have like a really well established text platform. So yeah, when? Don't know. We've got more valuable things to do first, but yes, we will. I'm sure we'll get there.
Can we get a confirmation email with an ad display when we make an ad?
A confirmation email when what?
When we create an ad, can we get a confirmation email with an ad display when we make an ad?
I don't know. I didn't catch that because either I cut out or you cut out.
Can we get a confirmation email with an ad display when we make an ad?
With an ad displaying when we make an ad.
With an ad display, like I think like with a preview of the ad.
So you see a preview when you're building the ad on desktop anyway. I thought that what you were asking for
when it's live, he's like following.
Yeah. So I got this request yesterday, and I actually sent it to our development team yesterday. The mobile app, if you don't have it, get it, right? The Royaltie mobile app. When your ad is approved, you'll get a notification, or if it's rejected for some reason, you'll get a notification. We did get a request for people who I have no idea why don't have the mobile app, but they wanted an email as well, so we'll do that too.
Right on. iOS. When will iOS be available? iOS.
Please call Apple and ask. We're just waiting, just like you are. But social marketing is on desktop, and it's awesome on desktop. So use that in the meantime.
Right. See, you can't have
Lisa with the vegetables. That's good.
Talking about the language flags, can we have a U.S. flag for English?
Oh, I don't know. That's not up to us. That's not our. That's obvious. Like maybe not obvious. That's an external piece of software that we plug into our website to translate everything. I don't know that we can control the flag. But I think English, right? It's like a flag of what is it? It's like a UK flag or something like that. That's I think people generally associate like English with that. I think it makes sense.
My leads are getting their emails to their promotion email inbox. How can I get it? My leads aren't getting my emails to their inbox, only to their promotions email section. How can I solve this?
So that doesn't sound like a widespread issue because I don't know, like a promotions box. I don't even have that, and I use Gmail. So I think more generally, if you want to stay out of like junk folders, spam folders, things like that, then be careful about the language that you use, because and Cheryl can I comment on where this is, but there are definitely like words that will trip spam filters. Like if you write in all caps, if you've got 1 million exclamation marks, if you have like free and all kinds of just like overly salesy, overly hypey kind of terms, especially in your subject line, then some filters will filter your email.
Yeah.
What was this thing I see about chat? I think we're misunderstanding chat a little bit.
From John using chat section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost the question. I just saw it and I wanted to comment on it. What? Read it. What does it say?
I don't know if this is a question. Using the chat section of the app is not good for a lead when it comes in, as they won't have the app downloaded on their phone. Chat box, no. Chat box.
No. Okay, yeah. The chat section of our platform is absolutely not for chatting with customers or prospects. The chat is only for existing customers. It's for communicating like with your team. So if you've got 20 real estate agents in your office, you can use the chat to kind of like chat about stuff, and you can share files, and you can kind of do, you can work with your team. It is not a tool for prospects or leads for sure, because the only way that you could, it's only for people who are active users of the platform. What we're talking about is like a chat feature that we could add to a landing page that would open up something that like everybody has, like, Messenger on Facebook, for example, right? That is a really good way to interact with a prospect, not inside our platform, because by the time they're inside our platform, they are no longer a prospect, they are now a customer. So it's great for teams though, right? I hope that's clear.
Right on. Okay, so Mark wanted to translate, said, when the ad got created and goes live, can we get a display of the created ad automatically in the confirmation email?
Many businesses are expecting that because the printed ad world works like that. Mark, I cannot comment on we're not trying to be like the printed ad world. Like that's not something that we're aspiring to be like. So if someone has like, well, when I advertise in the newspaper, I get this.
Screenshot it.
Yeah. There's a preview of the ad when you build it. The email that we send we're not trying to conform to, kind of like old expectations. But we do provide that preview, right, in the person's account. And I agree with Cheryl, screenshot it. The email is meant to go to the customer. It's not even meant to go to someone to then send on to someone else. That's not how this is built, right? And so the email that we will create will let you know if your ad is approved or rejected and the reason why. That's what we're gonna do.
I'm a huge proponent of subscribe to your own email list.
Totally.
Then you'll know if it's going into spam. You'll know where it's going. Be a subscriber of your own list. Okay, you should be like filling out your own information, clicking on every button, making sure that it works. Okay. Can the ad preview be shown how the ad will appear on a live site? Question from a teammate.
One more time.
Can the ad preview be shown how the ad will appear on a live site?
It basically does. That's what it looks like. Is it like absolutely perfect? No. There's some if the text can kind of go off the screen or outside the box a little bit, but that's very, 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 very. That's a very good representation of what the ad looks like in the wild.
You cannot build a landing page from your app. Like the Royaltie app, you can create your ad there. You can do social marketing, and soon social marketing on iPhone. But you cannot, no matter if you have an Android or an iPhone, you're not creating your landing page on your app. And I'm going to take a line from Justin because there shouldn't be a landing page emergency. So I'm just kidding.
It's true. Yeah, look, the email provider, it's not like we didn't build like our own email servers and stuff like that. We use, I'll tell you, the company's called SendGrid. They're owned by a giant tech company called Twilio. It's not really a secret. We use their system. Okay, so their system is absolutely world-class enterprise-grade emails. There is, if your emails are going into spam, that is not something at all we can control. Like that is something that you can control with the message in the email. Okay. So like we'll where's this? We'll tell you where. We'll share the resource again, or we'll direct you to the words and phrases that you should avoid. But it is some things will go to junk. Some things will go to it'll just happen, right? Like that's just kind of inevitable. No system is absolutely perfect, but you can act like when we send emails, they have a very high delivery rate because we know what words to avoid, right, and what phrases to avoid.
In our official corporate royalty group, in the unit section, you can see a big list of email spam trigger words. So if you're looking for
Spam trigger words, yes.
Yeah, you can find them there. We're coming up on the 12 o'clock hour. Make sure if you haven't gotten your question answered, you could always email support@royaltie.com. We have some of the best support ever. So if you log into your back office, if you're a current affiliate with us or customer, bottom right-hand corner, champagne colored button. It's one of my favorite things to say now. Click on it. You'll see live video chat. And you can live video chat with support. They are incredible. Everybody loves our support team. So with that being said, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much for your time. That was super nice.
Thank you, everyone. Happy birthday one more time, Cheryl. Have a great day.
Bye,
See you soon, everybody.